Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be one heck of an exciting episode. Last episode, I said we were going to go through some of the tools that I got for Christmas and whether they were valuable or not. And I will say, I think every single one of them were valuable because there were things I needed. But I thought this week I would diverge from that a little bit. Hang on one second. See, the box of stuff, it's right here. And I'm going to go through it, I promise. There's this one particular one, and you're going to want to be subscribed and all of that stuff because when I get to this one, you're going to be excited. I don't want to share it exactly what it is, but it kind of has a trigger on it. And yeah, I could show it on YouTube, so it'll be okay. But it's a very valuable tool. Hang on, let me put this away. So I had a few of you ask me a little bit about something you saw on my screen a few episodes ago. It's this thing. It's actually it's called an SDR, software defined radio. Right. And I got one from a very good friend of mine. I'll put a link to his YouTube thinger that he gifted it to me. What a great guy. And so I've been using it a lot. A software defined radio is something you connect to your computer, you use a piece of software, it's a little piece of hardware, you put an antenna up, and you can listen to everything. Well, depending on the radio, depending on the SDR. This particular one can listen to much things. It can listen to everything from CB radio, which is hilarious, by the way, all the way up to, that I've used anyway, all the way up to the ham radio frequencies and GMRS, which I've got a GMRS interest right now, and these radios. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link, and I think I already have a link somewhere, but I'll supply it to you, for radio and an SDR. Now, I don't want you to get your panties in a twist, but I'm going to be talking on this radio today, and it's going to be on MERS 1. It's totally fine. Doesn't require a license or any of that. And you guys, if you're not a ham operator and all that, you could get yourself a MERS radio and you can talk on it if you needed to. And I'm going to strongly suggest, as we move towards, now that we're into 2024, so 2023 is gone and we're into 2024. Oh, wow. You're going to want to get yourself a two-way talkie-talk. If the infrastructure should go down for whatever reason, and I'm living in the Waco, Texas area, and we don't have too much of this going on here. Thank you, Lord. But tornadoes and things that do come by from time to time. But if you're living in an area where there are tornadoes, Californians, if you've got earthquakes, Japan just got hit by a huge earthquake a couple of weeks ago. That's not uncommon for them. They kind of live on a volcano. So, but Californians, you got a bunch of faults. If an earthquake hits, you're going to lose cell towers. You're going to lose the ability to talk on a cell. If you have a radio, you have a better chance, or at least one more opportunity to get information and communication. If you've got an SDR and a computer, maybe a laptop, something that can run on, because all this can run on a laptop and with no power as long as your batteries are charged up. That's another thing that we can maybe talk about, is making sure you have charged batteries in your house. You can listen for valuable information. And I'm telling you, SIGINT, or signals intelligence, is extremely important. And what do I mean by signals intelligence? Listening to stuff, just listening. A lot of times if you just keep your mouth shut and listen, it's more valuable than if you're talking. But today we're going to talk on this because somebody asked, what does it sound like? So I want to give you an example. Now I'm going to be MERS 1, which doesn't require a license, and it's something simple for you guys to get into if you want to do that, and you can do that on this radio. Technically, on this specific radio, there may be some reason not to. You may want to get yourself a real MERS radio. This one talks on MERS, But that's as far as I'll go with that. If you have a question about all that, leave a comment down below. But I'm going to key up, and then I want you to hear what it sounds like. Radio check, radio check. This is MERS 1. We're doing a radio check. Just seeing what the thing sounds like when we're broadcasting on MERS. What you just heard was what it sounds like through an SDR or possibly another radio. And it's pretty clear. Now, I'm not getting out very far. I've got a little rubber duck. I'm in a cement lead-lined bunker right now, and the signal isn't getting out. The only reason why the SDR is getting anything is because I've got a little antenna inside the bunker here, and so it's going from this little thing to that other little antenna, and you're able to hear. Let's try it one more time, shall we? This is MERS 1 testing, radio check, just making sure we can get out with our little rubber ducky. Standing by. That was done in simplex. That's just radio to radio. It didn't go through a repeater or anything like that. MERS can't have a repeater, technically. And I don't know of any in the area that would be untechnical. So there you go. Now, GMRS is another opportunity. GMRS is another radio frequency, part of the spectrum that you can have repeaters, which is very valuable. I think I mentioned in a previous episode where I was able to talk from here in Waco, Texas, all the way to San Jose, California on GMRS, which is not a ham thing. It's a GMRS thing. And that was quite exciting because he was right in the locale that I was living in, and we were able to communicate a little bit. I didn't catch any of that on camera, but maybe we'll try that at a future date. Another thing was a guy from Louisiana, a guy from Maryland. Pretty cool. Now, here's an example of some stuff that you can get maybe off of CB radio, which doesn't require any license either, and you can get kind of far with that. And if you want to talk a little bit about how that happens, propagation of radio frequencies and tropospheric ducting and all that kind of stuff, if you want to talk about that stuff, we can. But CB radio, where it can be a little cringy, let's listen to a little bit of CB radio, shall we?
Click. Water pipe, I'm in the clear. That's my saying, man. Move south for a while from me around in New York. Hey, you been down there smoking, man. Hey, I beat your bleed over, man. 10 moonshine, have a blessed day. I'm in and out. You wrap it up.
Well, I'll catch you on the flip side, darling. I'm too poop to pop.
See what I mean? Cringy. But in a pinch, you can get out if you needed to. And again, we're going to be listening, because that's very important, is to listen. While I was goofing around with there's a thing on the spectrum thingy here that I don't know what it is. So I'm going to scroll over to it as soon as it happens again. Take a look at this. Well, that was exciting. That's all I got for you today. Please be subscribed, share this video, do all that. Help me get out of the bit bucket that I've kind of found myself in with this YouTube channel. YouTube, it's a tough game, man, trying to stay above the other noise that's going on. If you're sharing it, it'll let YouTube know, hey, you know what? I can probably get more ad revenue. That is, YouTube can get more ad revenue. So they'll probably boost me a little bit and put some ads out there. Sorry about the ads, but that's how we all make a little bit of money to make all this happen. So be subscribed, share the video. Don't forget to press the like button, the thumbs up button thing. Press it. Just press it once. You might as well just do it right now. Did you do it? Okay, thank you. If you didn't, all right, we'll catch up to you next time. I'm going to see you on the next video.